Arias? I don't fucking think so. I don't know what the school's vendetta against my son. School principal, and it's not even the end of first fucking period. And again, it's a matter of Alex being a bully. So again, I need you guys to tell me if this was bullying or not. Because in my opinion, they got what was coming to them. School and measure a guy's height. And then they let that boy know if he's boyfriend material or not. So Alex is hanging out in the cafeteria with his friends, minding his own business, talking, having a good time, what the hell ever, right? And out of nowhere, a girl comes up, pulls out a tape measure, and measures how tall Alex is. And according to Alex, she says, no, too short, definitely not boyfriend material, and then mentions his private area, that it's probably not big enough. And this was Alex's response. That's funny. Can I see that? He grabs the tape measure, opens it, and then he starts going like this all over the girl's face. Oh my god, are you really measuring my head? Alex says, nope. Your forehead's too long, your ears look like an 80-year-old woman's, your eyes are way too far apart, and your nose looks like it's about to touch the floor. You're definitely not girlfriend material because by the time you're 20 years old, you're going to look like Pablo Picasso's paintings.
God dang.
And this chick has the nerve to be offended and runs and tells the principal on my son Alex that he was making unwanted comments about her appearance. And keep in mind, this chick is 17 years old, not a little kid. So tell me, is my son the bully? This girl wants to play some sort of victim card when she mentioned my son's height and, private areas? I don't fucking think so. I don't know what the school's vendetta against my son is. But naturally, I made my argument to the principal and Alex is still in school. I just got a call from Alex's school principal and it's not even the end of first fucking period. And again, it's a matter of Alex being a bully. So again, I need you guys to tell me if this was bullying or not. Because in my opinion, they got what was coming. So I guess there's this TikTok trend going around where girls take tape measures to school and measure a guy's height. And then they let that boy know if he's boyfriend material or not. So Alex is hanging out in the cafeteria with his friends, minding his own business, talking, having a good time, what the hell ever, right? Nowhere, a girl comes up, pulls out a tape measure, and measures how tall Alex is. And according to Alex, she says, no, too short, definitely not boyfriend material, and then mentions his, private area, that it's probably not big enough. And this was Alex's response. That's funny. Can I see that? He grabs the tape measure, opens it, and then he starts going like this all over the girl's face. Oh my god, are you really measuring my head? Alex says, nope, your forehead's too long, your ears look... No one is safe from Alex, not even at sea. So as some of you guys may know, I have a 5-year-old son named Dean, and he's autistic. He's limited verbal, and he does this thing called happy hands, and he's super excited. And he's also limited verbal, so he's not expressing himself in the normal way. When my son is super happy and excited, it looks and sounds something like this.
I will get those moved up, and I will take care of the captives. Benny said the tools in Camp Shamtet. And the captain who's behind us, he's in Camp Shamtet as well.
Now, when we were at SeaWorld, we watched the orca show like at least 6 or 7 times because Dean loves orcas. And at one of these shows, Dean got excited again, and he's making those noises, and he's clapping his hands and everything. Alex got into it with the HOA. Alex was busted for handing out pills at school. So Alex went into... So I just got back from the meeting with my son's principal. And yes, this is the outfit that I wore. Now, when I walked into the office, I was expecting the principal to be one of those principals who are like, oh my god, hi, I want to be your best fucking friend kind of people. That is not who I got. What I got thought his public school was a high Ivy League high school, and talked about it as such. As my son and I are sitting in the chairs listening to him go on and on about the standards of this high school and what is to be expected from students, blah, 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 blah. In my brain, I was just thinking, this guy's just a straight dick. Then finally he got to the reason we were there, my son's actions. Principal said his piece, and my son said his. Then the principal went on to say that the obscene gesture cannot go unpunished. Y'all, that's when I slid in. I'm sorry, what obscene gesture did... Now see, I'm one of those parents who doesn't really believe in assholes. However, a few days ago, I wanted to beat the shit out of my 16-year-old. Yeah, Alex, you know. So Alex and I go to the mall. We go from store to store to store because shopping with a 16-year-old at the mall, oh my fucking god. After 5 hours, I'm like, dude, I'm getting hungry. Let's go to the food court. Let's get some food. We get to the front of the line, start ordering our food and everything. She gets me down like $13.95 or some shit like that. I go into my back pocket, I grab my wallet, and I look in, no cash. All right, no problem. I'll just use my debit card. Because Alex and I were going from store to store to store, I had my card out, and I always just kept it in my jacket pocket. So I put my wallet back into my back pocket, and I start going up my debit card. Behind, I hear, don't worry about it, sir. I got your meal today. The fuck did you just say? Sir. When the fuck did you start using the term sir? The fuck? No, sir, it's really okay. We all fall on some hard times sometimes. Unbelievable son of a bitch. Alex reaches into his pocket and pulls out, yeah, my money. I look back over at the cashier, ma'am, this is fucking hilarious. This is my son, and that. So most of you guys know about my Karen-ass neighbor. He's called animal control on me. She called the police for a barbecue that I was having. Oh yeah, and they caught on law. She poisoned one of my dogs. And a bunch of you guys also know that I'm in a prank war with my 15-year-old son. And about a week ago, I thought to myself, why am I wasting all my energy pranking my 15-year-old son when I could be pranking my Karen-ass neighbor? So I went onto this site that's selling, well, adult fun time stuff.
My old major outfit.
And I had it sent to her house.
Bring
And this place does not do discreet packaging. No. And through the magic of packaging, arrived. So there I am, sitting down, watching the package get closer and closer to her address. And as soon as the delivery driver was one stop away, I walked out onto my front porch. The driver stops in front of their house, gets into the back of his vehicle, and grabs out this huge 3-foot-long... Yeah. And y'all, the handoff turned out way better than I could have possibly imagined. He knocks on the door. Karen's husband answers the door. And all I see is this driver handing this massive thing that you can clearly see what the fuck it was to her husband. Her husband's reaction. Her husband turns around and starts going inside, and all you hear is, what the fuck is this? This makes my arm jealous. What the fuck? He walking inside with the chicken on his face. I'm waiting for his neighbor across the street to get home so I can see if their ring doorbell caught video. I never thought it'd turn out me and my son are definitely going to be teaming up and trouble. So most of you guys know about my Karen-ass neighbor. He's called animal control on me. She called the police for a barbecue that I was having. Oh yeah, and caught all off. She poisoned one of my dogs. And a bunch of you guys also know that I'm pranking my 15-year-old stuff. And about a week ago, I thought to myself, why am I wasting all my energy pranking my 15-year-old son when I could be pranking my Karen-ass neighbor? So I went onto this site that sells, well, adult fun time stuff. And I had it sent to her house. And this place does not do discreet packaging. No. And through the magic of package tracking, I knew exactly when it was going to arrive. So there I am, sitting down, watching the package get closer and closer to her address. And as soon as the delivery driver was one stop away, I walked out onto my front porch. The The driver stops in front of their house, gets into the back of his vehicle, and grabs out this huge 3-foot-long. Yeah. And y'all, the handoff turned out way better than I could have possibly imagined. He knocks on the door. Karen's husband answers the door. And all I see is this driver handing this.
Transfer fully the signals into relevant reach.
Clearly see what the fuck it was to her husband. Turns around and starts going inside, and all you hear is, "What the fuck is this? This makes my arm jealous."
Don't want to ask your friends. It's offsides. How can I sound like I know a lot about the I just asked Google all of that.
How did it go? Here are your tools. But Captain won't ever come back.
I wait for
That's
his
right.
Many thanks.
Please, choose one for yourself.
Me and my son are definitely going to be teaming up on this. Oh my God, Karen, you're in trouble. Oh, it's Karen. First thinking about, well, y'all, I think my 15-year-old son met his intellectual superior at school today. So I was called into Alex's school because he was fighting, if you want to call it that. And you know, I couldn't be more proud of my son. My son is find out. My son is the defender of kids who cannot defend themselves. So Alex is at breakfast, minding his own business, talking with his friends, having a good time. Until Alex notices there's some trouble one table down from him. Alex looks over and sees these kids picking on a kid with special needs, calling this child horrible names, using horrible phrases and shit like that. Alex picks up his breakfast and he goes and sits next to this kid, just glaring at these little preppy kids walking through right on the face. Alex looks at this special needs kid, and this special needs kid doesn't reply, can't even look Alex in the eye, and is just looking down like he's scared. Alex looks up at the other kids and says, "Walk away." And these kids clearly have no fucking idea who my son is. Because one of them looks right back at Alex and says, "Are you sure you really want to do this?" And Alex, without even blinking, says, "Yeah, I really think I do." Alex stands up and walks to the other side of the table where these kids are and just looks at one of them, dead in his eyes. This kid gets right in Alex's face and does that like something on him. You know, this shit. And that's all it took. Alex goes, knocks his ass to the ground. Says, "Listen here, you gangster wannabe piece of trash. You ain't ghetto. So I just showed you what ghetto was, and it's folded by the basket of them." The school knew what Alex did and why he did it, but they have a very strict no fighting policy about it. Depends on himself or somebody else. So, suspend. What are the cops saying? Set the ball. If I get $500 to spend. My son, them, sort of punishment. For sticking up for those who may not be able to stick up for themselves. Especially when I told them, not know it's the fight, but it's one black look. Makes them into the red. So I was calling it down and so it's fight. I call it that. And you know what? I guess I'm proud of my son. My son is fucking around and find out. My son is the defender and he cannot defend himself. So, that breakfast, minding his own business, talking with his friends, having a good time. Until Alex notices there's trouble one table down from him. So much saying, he's not a kid, it's special. Calling this child for the race, for the racism, and shit like that. Alex picks up his breakfast, sits next to this kid. Just glaring at the the special doesn't apply because the house is looking down like he's scared. Alex looks up at the other kid and says, "Walk away." And these kids clearly have no fucking idea what I said. Because one of them looks right back at him and says, and Alex says, "Yeah, So by now, you all heard about the story about my son, the locksmith to a cupcake because of the bully picked up my son and steal his lunch. So when the bully stole my son's lunch, have a cupcake, put that cupcake up to some accident. I was with the bully to shit himself and shit himself. I was waiting to fight the school that shit about parents together, this out. So I did finally myself, my wife, and Alex were all wearing the parent school and for being parents of the village to arrive. Finally showed up, we all went to the principal's office and started talking. And the parents of the bully boy, they bumped in. And they couldn't more from stuff and Alex would take the snag off. You understand that sometimes maybe art can help with the hard to get along. Alex, well, that's it. With your son, teenager. Well, you're obviously in trouble too, got him. Oh, that's a shitty good thing. It's funny. Stop. Alex, because I see about it as your shitty son. Second bully, it's not just happened to have it. Ended up his own stealing my life. So, this whole time, back then, it's just really, that's this whole time,
It's dangerous. Get on the phone.
You're back?
Friends, but everybody friends.
You wanted to see the skulls in the
I'm sorry, I don't know. The principal. Listen, y'all need to work this out. Sit down and talk with each other. Maybe you can go and have dinner or something. Alex, you know what? That sounds like a wonderful idea. I'll make the ceremony. After everything was all said and done, this is my time to take on my son's better. Don't play with Alex. Somebody knows all heard about this story about my son putting a locksmith into a cupcake because the bully used to pick up my son and steal his lunch. So when the bully stole my son's lunch, he had a cupcake, put that cupcake up with something extra in it. Nothing to shit himself and shit for several years later. After fighting with the school thought it would be a good idea to get all the parents together and talk this out as the appropriate punishment would be. So when that day finally arrived, myself, my wife, and Alex were all wearing the uniforms of care and we went to school and were waiting for the parents of the bully to arrive. When they finally showed up, we all went to the principal's offices and talked. And the parents of the bully boys waited to get the children to they snagged off. This is going to be the greatest and meanest thing that Alex has ever done. So you fully understand what's going on in life. They don't have to come back. So a couple of days ago, I got the kid was making snide comments about Alex wait to the kid, so Alex shut the fuck up. And that was about for them to call him. While we were in the office, and small diamond were created so like really. That's why we got called to the office. But having started the currently punishment was needed there. Alex received 1 day of detention for swearing in the classroom, and the kid who was making fun of Alex got 3 days suspension for bullying. That's when this kid's mom flew off the ring. This is absolutely ridiculous. You need to let them settle. I can't get home from work because I'm a single mom and I don't have what's going on. I'm sitting in my chair like, until she turns her connection from the house. She looks at us and says, your fat ass kid is so goddamn smart.
Take it off.
I sat back to my chair and said, silence.
Start. Get back home.
Fast forward to today. That kid's mom showed up at my house. Tears and just told me what Alex did. Y'all remember how I said that she was screaming that she was on? And after being something like that in college, because he had a fucking plan. Alex did his research on her, found out. So, some guy who makes stuff like that. This guy, talks about their lives, talks about everything. And when she was pushing the really hard to fight it up, how she was I can sit down. What the fuck? But she put it together. Genius. About this section up. I found out now there's nothing I can buy. In all fairness, I should have known that the hair clippers and Alex's hands. Maybe it's not the greatest idea. No, what we can do is all the piece of eggs and do not then after a while, so out of all these women and he's been out to the sun for now they started cutting real people's hair and mannequins and all that fun jazz. So I mean, he's doing wonderful. Yesterday he called me and said, "Dad, could you come here?" But we still got like 3 hours on this game. I'm like, get to that. Yeah. I drive down with my car right in front of the building, and all my shoes just keep on my first. Well, I've watched it for a very long time, and Alex, if it's personal, and I saw it was Alex, and I knew it was so sick, so funny, I started guys, today,
I must be careful.
What happened? These kids as we all hear, they're actually everything like that, right? And well, because of this, this wants to make sure that their students don't have all the primary tests. So what they do is they have this secret helper kind of thing come in, and their sole purpose is to antagonize and anger and improve and disrespect to the students, right? Because they want their students to handle the situation properly. So this school had this secret helper come in. Test books, and this student was like way into this job, like he took this shit way too seriously. The guy sits down in Alex's chair, and the first thing he says to Alex is, "Don't fuck up my shit." Alex replied, "Okay, don't worry, I'm at the top of my class, though. I think it's safe here. Kind of here." The guy tells Alex what he wants, and Alex is cutting his hand. Everything's fine until it's time to test Alex again. So are you embarked? Are you not smart enough to gain real knowledge? Alex! Telling me this is never cutting. Alex turns this guy around in the chair to face him. Alex. And they go relax. Alex, I'm just saying, I'm going to play with this man. Just like a great person, but like an economic.
Quickly, go. Where is terrible?
Alex, you have to flip us in.
Yes, Dad. His family is
relax, pretend that line in your head is like, like, instructors ran over to them. They told us it's instructors are not bad. Their personality changes. So let's call it the last name. It calls that in a like it's like, yeah, I just make it great. Like, really, it's too goddamn much. So it's a brand. Not like some gyms over this one. I'm sorry, look at that gold digger rich woman. You just expect the man to pay for your time. Now, Alex is Andy and his friend who really speak English. They should all take you. But this guy who took this woman on the date, I guess this guy sat back and said, oh, shit.
Body deodorant is in 72-hour full body fresh.
This lady replies, excuse me. Stand up straight. And expect something. Like sort of why expecting it to take your face, right?
I bring
They
some
expect a man to combine you with an addiction.
with her son and the entire family.
And the lady replies, excuse you, you don't know, okay? You don't know my life. And Alex says, he said the man that this lady is with said, sir, I'm going to pay for your meal, and I would like you to come sit with us. The man looks at the lady and says, bye, and joins Alex, his grandma, and his auntie for dinner. But here's the best part. The guy picked up the entire tab for Alex, his grandma, and his auntie.
It's not your
So it was very obvious that this guy had money to pay for the entire date, but he instead said, no, I want to test the quality of this relationship, and I'm not going to waste my money on somebody that I have no future with. And according to Alex, this lady was there the entire time Alex, his grandma, and his auntie were. As Alex was walking out the door, he told the lady, get fucked, Karen, and the guy was following right behind Alex. How proud of Alex are you right now?
I love my son.
Best Father's Day gift. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. So Alex calls me last night with a little story. He calls, I pick up the phone like, hey, is everything